Okay, let's dive into this. We're going to break down the one big idea from Rich Dad, Poor Dad, probably one of the most famous finance books ever written. And it all kicks off by asking a question that, honestly, hits a little too close to home for a lot of us.
Think about it. You get that raise, right? Or you land a new, better paying job. You're on top of the world for, what, a month? And then, boom, you're right back to that same old feeling, just living paycheck to paycheck. So what gives? Well, this book has a pretty powerful explanation for why that keeps happening.
See, the whole point of this book, and what we're talking about today, is that most of us are playing the wrong game. We've been taught to chase a bigger paycheck, a higher income. But the real game? It's about building wealth. And that means a total shift in focus, away from just earning money to buying assets.
All right, so first up, let's break down why so many people who make good money, we're talking doctors, engineers, you name it, still feel completely stuck. It's this cycle, this trap that the author calls the rat race. Let's call it the high-income trap.
So here's how it starts. It always starts with something good, right? You work your tail off, you get that promotion, that raise, your income goes up, and you're thinking, yes, this is it. This is the moment I've been waiting for. Financial security. Here I come.
But then, what happens next? It's just human nature, right? That little bit of extra cash, well, maybe it goes to a slightly nicer apartment, or a newer car, or you start eating out at fancier places. You finally get that subscription you've been wanting. Your lifestyle just kind of creeps up to match your new paycheck.
And here's the kicker. This is the punchline. All of a sudden, your expenses have shot up right alongside your income, sometimes even faster. So at the end of the month, you're left with basically the same amount of money. Or maybe even less. You're earning more, sure, but you are not one bit wealthier. You're just stuck.
So, the big question is, how do you get off this hamster wheel? How do you break the cycle? Well, according to the book, it all boils down to one single, super powerful rule. And listen, this isn't just some little tip. This is a complete mindset shift, a totally new way of looking at money.
This is the whole thing right here. This one idea literally rewires your financial brain. It's not about how much money you make. It's about what you do with the money you make. The rich, they buy assets. The poor and middle class, they buy liabilities that they think are assets. That's the secret.
Okay, so how do we actually use this rule in real life? It all starts by getting super clear on what two little words really mean. The book boils it all down to one simple concept: cash flow. Okay, first up, an asset. It's dead simple. An asset is anything that puts money in your pocket. That's it. It generates income for you. It adds cash to your bank account, even while you sleep. You could think of it like a little money-making machine you own.
And then you've got the opposite, a liability. This is anything that takes money out of your pocket. It's a constant drain, just sucking cash away from you, month after month after month.
Okay, now look at this. This is where it gets really interesting, because it flips our whole idea of what's valuable. Assets are things like businesses, stocks, a rental property that's actually cash flowing. Liabilities? Well, that's your car payment. That's credit card debt. And yeah, controversially, the book says even your own house can be a liability if the mortgage, taxes, and repairs are just bleeding you dry every month. So, take a hard look. Which one of these columns are you spending your money on?
All right, so once you really get the difference between these two, the mission becomes crystal clear. The goal isn't just to save money anymore. It's to strategically, intentionally build your very own asset machine.
And here's the new game plan. It's simple. You take the cash flow from your job and you channel it. You redirect it away from buying more liabilities and you point it straight at buying assets. You use your paycheck to buy things that create another paycheck. It's a beautiful, virtuous cycle.
And this is the real endgame. This is the prize. We're not talking about a garage full of Lamborghinis. We're talking about something way more valuable. It's reaching the point where the money coming in from your assets pays for your entire life. Because when that happens, you own your time. You get to work because you want to, not because you have to. That's real freedom.
Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but where do I even start? How do I actually do this? Well, here is a super simple 4-step plan you can literally start this week to get the ball rolling.
All right, let's make this real. Step 1, for just 7 days, track where your money is going. You're looking for the silent killers, the subscriptions you forgot about, the daily coffee. Step 2, create an asset bucket. This is just a separate savings account. Set up an automatic transfer. I don't care if it's 20 bucks, just start. Step 3, use that money to buy your first boring asset. Seriously, a simple low-cost index fund ETF is perfect. Or, you know what? Paying off high-interest credit card debt is also buying an asset because it gives you a guaranteed return. And step 4, the most important one, you just repeat it every single month. That's how you build the machine.
And that's really what this all comes down to. The goal isn't to get rich overnight. It's about a deep, fundamental shift in how you think. It's about stop working just for a paycheck and starting to build assets that buy back your time. It's about building a system that sets you free. So that leaves us with just one final question. And this one's for you. After all this, what's the first asset you're going to buy? Big or small, what's step 1 on your journey?